We're live, we're recording, we're ready to do this. Welcome to the masterclass. This is Unleashing the Money Making Impact Creating Coach in You. So I'm going to give it a couple of minutes while everyone joins, because it takes a little bit longer when we're on Zoom together. So as you are hopping on, please do say hello. I'd love to see who's here. I'm just opening up my little chat bar so I can see you. I can see your names. Hold on. How do I open up the chat so I can see your comments too? There we go. Magic. So as you are hopping on, say good morning. Let me see that you're here. How are you feeling? Are you ready to rock this? It feels like it's Monday morning. I keep thinking it's Monday. It's not Monday, it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the session. Welcome to the masterclass. I hope you've got pen and paper to take notes. We've got lots that we're going to be diving into. We're going to be live for about an hour-ish this morning. We might go over a little itty-bitty bit. Those of you who were with me last week during the, I'm wanting to say challenge. It wasn't a challenge last week. It was an experience. Those of you who were here live with me in the experience last week know that I do run over a little bit because I have so much to say and so much to share. And as usual, there is lots and lots that I want to dive into with you today. There are two key elements that I really want to cover today with you that's going to really help with your clarity and with your confidence as an impactful coach. There's one thing that we began the conversation around last week, but we're going to take it so much further today. I'm going to share something that's so simple, you're going to wonder why you've never even thought of it before. But the truth is, most coaches are missing this piece big time, and it hugely impacts the ease with which you can attract clients. It hugely impacts how you stand out within your coaching business. So we want to do this, we want to change this, we want to really put this as a key element into the coaching business that you're building, whether you're just starting or you've already got a thriving coaching business and you're ready to take it next level. Now, I can't see any chat things coming up. Has anyone said hello, or are you all just here being quiet? Someone say hello to me, say good morning. Let me see if the chat is actually working, because I'm not sure if it is. Oh, I can see questions have come in. Oh, that's funny. Questions have come in rather than chat. So I can see questions. Hello, Julie. Good morning. Chat is disabled. So you can only say hello in the Q&A. Oh my gosh, that's no good. We don't want chat disabled, do we? How do I undisable? I don't know if I can undisable chat in here. It must have been on the oh dear, this is no good. Okay, so it looks like I've messed up slightly. And it says chat's disabled. Well, firstly, let me just apologize, because I didn't mean to disable chat. I must have done that when I set it up for you, but I can see the Q&A. So feel free to say hello on the Q&A. And certainly we'll have to use the Q&A later, because I do want to answer questions that you have, both questions that you have from today's session, but actually there's something I'll share with you in a moment, because I want to open up another kind of final Q&A session with you as well. So I apologize if that makes it a little bit tricky. You're all telling me, you're like, chat's disabled, Claire, chat's disabled. Oh no. There you go, learning point for me. Next time I set a webinar up, ensure that chat is open. Okay, so I hope you're feeling amazing. I hope you're ready to do this. Feel free to still just type in the Q&A bit and tell me how you're feeling, because it's a bit weird. I'm so used to seeing your comments coming in. Not having the comments is a bit like, oh, how is everybody? Okay, so I'm just going to trust. I'm going to just like tune in energetically instead. And I'm really excited to be here with you live today. So right, I'm going to shut the Q&A for now, but I'll keep on opening it and checking as we go. So, good morning. Happy Tuesday. We are here for our masterclass, How to Unleash the Money-Making, Impact-Creating Coach in You. Essentially, today, I want to dive into two key elements that are going to really take your coaching business further, deeper, more successful than it would be without these two things. One is a clarity building tool. I want to take you through the clarity building tool. You're going to be able to really see what areas you're already doing really well in when it comes to you being an impactful coach, and the areas of growth that you really get to step into, whether you're just getting started or already have a thriving coaching business. And I'm going to be sharing one thing that links into the training that I did last week with you, but takes it even further. And this is the magic. This is the thing that helps you stand out as a coach. If you've looked online or in person and you thought, oh my gosh, like, is there really space for me to be a coach? Is, you know, there seems to be so many coaches out there talking about coaching, selling their coaching. Why will anyone come to me for coaching? Well, what I'm going to share with you today, this one thing, this one little game changer, is going to really help clarify that for yourself. Some of you will get it straight away and you'll be crystal clear. You'll be like, boom, that's it. That's my thing. Some of you, it might take a little while for you to gain clarity on it, but I guarantee every single one of you, you have this within you. You have this, you'll be able to find this, and it will make all the difference to your marketing as a coach, to how you work with your clients, to really attracting dream clients that you love to work with, being able to charge whatever you desire as a coach, £500 a session, £5,000 a session, £50,000 a session. You know, people actually, you know, there are people out there who are charging huge amounts of money for their coaching. And if you understand this one thing, you're going to be able to put whatever price tag you desire on the coaching that you do. Now, I'm not suggesting that we just like throw on super high price tags for the sake of it. I think that we need to feel really aligned with our pricing. We want it to feel purposeful. We want it to feel good. We want to feel like it's the right balance in giving and receiving. So it's not just about what's the biggest number I can dream up and let me slap that on the coaching that I'm doing, because that will be out of alignment and won't work. However, the truth is there are too many women who are incredibly powerful coaches who are not giving themselves permission to really charge their worth, to charge for that sacred space they hold within their coaching, no matter what niche, what type of coaching, what style of coaching you have. So it's really important that we tap into this so that you can receive richly as a coach, so that you can be a money-making, impact-creating coach, because it's not one or the other. We get to be both. You get to build your dream life while you support your clients in creating theirs. So hopefully that makes sense. Are you with me? I want to say, give me a yes. And I'm like, they can't because the chat's not enabled, Claire. Never mind. Give me a little like yes in your living room or wherever you are now. Give me just like a little like yes, right on your paper. Yes, Claire. Okay. So the way we're going to do this today is sometimes when I do masterclasses, I have slides for the whole masterclass because I like you to be able to see how it feels to be taught in a slightly different way. So I often use slides. Today I've decided not to use slides. So today you've got me face to screen, you've got more of me. However, what I do want to do is at the end of today's session, for those of you who are thinking about joining the program, for those of you who feel that pull inside of you, but you're just not sure, you're on the fence, maybe you've been procrastinating a little bit about it, or you just want a bit more information, I'm going to bring up some slides and I'm going to go through in a little bit more detail the Impactful Coaching Program, so you can see the journey that you really take in that program. So we're going to do that at the end of today's session. So essentially, this is how today's masterclass is going to work. I'm going to dive into the two key teaching elements with you that I've got lined up that I really want to share with you that are going to be super powerful and a game changer for you in your coaching business. And then at the end of today's session, I've got slides that I'm going to bring up. And for those of you who are interested, who do want to know more about the Impactful Coach Program, I'm going to take you through it in a bit more detail, step by step, so you really understand the journey and the powerful transformation that you get to go on in becoming the impactful coach. So let's do this. It's killing me not having comments. It's killing me. Oh dear me. Well, this is my growth zone, right? This is today's growth zone. Be okay without the comments, Claire. So quick bit of housekeeping before we dive in. Most of you, I'm hoping, will have found the masterclass thread in the Facebook group, not the masterclass, the hold on, the competition thread. So most of you, I hope, have found the competition thread in the Facebook group. So if you want to be in to win one of the prizes, remember there were 3 things to do to be in that competition. Number 1, like each of the videos. Number 2, comment on the videos. And number 3, do the daily tasks. So yesterday, the thread dropped into the Facebook group that said, are you in to win the competition? If you are, if you did those 3 things each day, then I want you to drop your name in that thread. what I'm going to be doing is by hand, I'm going to be writing out all of your names. I'm going to be popping them into a hat or a bag or something. And tomorrow we're going to do the prize draw. So you've got until first thing tomorrow morning to get your name on that list, if you haven't yet, to be in to win one of the prizes. And we've got some beautiful prizes, as I shared last week. We've got some of my programs that I'm giving away that are worth £500 each. And we've got some notebooks, beautiful She Impacts the World notebooks to give away. So there are a number of different prizes. Please do get your name in that thread, be in to win the competition, because maybe this time it could be you. So that's the first thing, competition. Don't forget about that. Number 2, the doors are open, as you know, to the Impactful Coach program. The early bird pricing ends tonight. So if you are on the fence, if you are thinking about it, now is the time to take action. Either jump in, press the button, or if you've got questions, message me or book in a call with me so I can help you really figure out whether this is the aligned next step for you. But as I say, at the end of today, I'm going to share a little bit more about that. And so hopefully you will be clearer and you'll be ready to go if this is speaking to your heart. Is there anything else that I've got to share? The final thing that I was kind of on the fence around myself, but I've decided we're definitely going to do it now the chat isn't enabled, is that I want to be able to answer all of your questions. Yes, questions about the Impactful Coach program, but also questions you've got about building your coaching business. So questions that might have come up from last week, things that you might still not feel sure about. I want to be able to answer as many of those questions as possible. So tomorrow morning, 10:30, I'm going to be live in the Facebook group again, and I'm just going to do a Q&A session. So there's going to be a thread dropping in the Facebook group. Any questions that you've got, you can pop them in there, and I'm going to answer as many of those questions as I can. It will be a 30-minute session tomorrow, so a bit shorter, 30-minute session, Q&A. Any questions you've got, pop them in the Q&A thread. Stephanie will be creating that just after we've done this masterclass, and I will dive into answering as many of those as possible. 10:30 tomorrow in the group. So those two things will happen together. I'll do the competition prize draw and the Q&As at 10:30 tomorrow. So that's what you need to keep an eye on to see if you're the winner and to answer any questions that you might have. So I believe that's it in terms of housekeeping. Are we ready to do this? As I said, there is one element that will take everything that I taught you next week and take it through the stratosphere, that will help you position yourself as a coach really powerfully. I truly believe that 90% of the coaches out there right now are missing this one element. It hasn't even popped into their head. They're totally unaware about this one thing that can be a total game changer for how you position yourself, for how you attract clients, and for how you also own your value as a coach. So you might be thinking, what is this one element, Claire? Will you just please tell us what the element is? Here's the thing. Last week, we dived into really finding your zone of genius. Can you remember we did the task last Tuesday around finding your zone of genius, not niching down, but finding your passion, your life lessons, your knowledge, your strengths, and we pulled them in all together and we found that magic middle. And we said, this is your magic middle. This is the magic that helps you define the coaching that you do without putting yourself in a box. So I know so many of you did that task. Lots of you will understand that now, and you'll be probably thinking about that when it comes to building your own coaching business, the kind of clients that you're going to work with, the problems that you solve, and so much more. Well, today we're going to take that even further, because there are 3 levels, I believe, of coaching when it comes to being able to define yourself and define the soul clients that you work with. Level 1 is what most coaches understand. So level 1 is understanding the problem of your client. So I want you to think about this for a moment. How many of you, perhaps answer it in the Q&A if you can, seeing that we can't do the actual chat bar. Level number 1 is understanding the problem of your soul client. So in the coaching that you either desire to do or you are already doing, how many of you understand the problem that your soul client has, the problem that they're trying to work through, the problem, the pain point, the thing that's making them go, I need to solve this now. So it could be all kinds of things depending on the type of coach that you want to be and the area that you really want to coach in. So the passion, life lessons, knowledge, strengths exercise that you did last week has probably helped you define this in some way. So how many of you are a bit like, yes, I've got it. Absolutely. I know the problem that I help my soul clients to solve. So it could be that they're overweight, they desperately need to lose weight. It could be that they've got a baby that cries all night. It could be that they've started a business and they don't know how to earn any money. It could be that they're feeling disconnected and a craving connection, and that disconnection is causing all kinds of well-being issues for them. It could be a million different things. I'm going to take you through some examples in a minute. But so the problem is level one. And as a coach, you need to know the problem that you help your clients solve, the problem that they come with to you saying, oh my God, like I'm struggling with. Now, this is quite simple. And you're probably thinking, Claire, yes. Okay, some of you might not, because you still might be finding your way, and that's okay. But we want to make sure that when it comes to you being a powerful coach, you understand the problem or problems, there might be more than one, that you really help your soul clients move through and solve. Level one. Level two is that not only do you understand the problem that they have, but you also understand the potential, the possibility, what they desire instead. So the other side of the coin, the other side of the seesaw, the flip side to that. Yes, they have this problem right now, but this is what they truly desire. Does that make sense? So it could be, let's say right now they have a baby that screams all night. They just want to have like a peaceful night's sleep so that they feel refreshed every single day and they feel like they've got a happy baby. Let's say they've started a business and they're making no money and they just want to be making consistent 10K months so that they have the money coming in so they can breathe, so that they can relax, so they feel like they finally made it as a successful businesswoman. It could be that they are really scared of giving birth, and at the moment they're in fear around that, and they want to be able to have this beautiful birth where they're conscious and aware and really in control of it, like all of these things. So we understand the problem that they come with, and we also understand the potential that they desire, the desired outcome, what they really want. Now, within this, there are already two different ways that we can market ourselves. So in our marketing as a coach, we can, number one, market to the pain point. So we can talk to our client's problem. We could write posts or say things about right now you're seeing the post come in and you're scared to death that it's your next bill because you realize you're still not making the money that you need to within your business, right? We're marketing towards the pain point. We're talking about the problem. That's level one. Level two is that we can actually start talking about the desire, the potential, the possibility. So actually, we can instead say, you've done the 9-to-5 for so many years. Like finally, you've given yourself permission to take the leap to build your dream business. You see it in your future, having the clients, having the freedom, having the potential, like blah, blah, blah. So it's talking to their desires. Not only do we need to understand their desires, because how can we help them get there and how can we hold that space if we don't understand them, but we need to believe our clients can achieve them. As a coach, it is so important that you hold that belief, that you hold all of that potential, all of that possibility with each and every one of your clients that you work with, whether it's on a one-to-one basis or a one-to-many basis. You look at them and you go, I have got you. And I know in my soul that you can do this. And that's never fake and that's never false. If you get a client that you don't truly believe in, you are not the coach for them. Let them go and find their perfect match in the coaching world somewhere else, because you have to have total belief in your clients and be able to hold that belief for them until they believe it themselves. We touched on this a little bit last week, but it's so important. You basically are holding that vibration, that energy, until they can rise that energy and match it. If you don't have that belief, it's going to make it so much harder for them to be able to build that belief and calibrate to it. So level 1, we understand the problem and we can market to the problem. It's scarcity marketing. Number 2, level 2, we understand the desire and we can market to the desire. We can talk about the things that they want, the life that they're building, the vision that they have, and we believe that they can do it 100%, no question about it. Now, that's powerful, because actually there are a lot of coaches out there that can't do this. There are a lot of people who are literally operating at level 1 in the coaching world and who are only marketing at level 1. And I'm sure you've seen it again and again and again on Facebook, on social media, in all the places, that kind of scarcity marketing around you not doing well enough and how you need to change things and like, and it's just, the energy isn't nice. I personally don't particularly enjoy it. You've probably also seen people marketing level 2, talking about the desire, what you want, and it feels so much better, right? Because it feels way more aligned. It's like, yes, feel it. I see the vision. I can tap into it. I know deep down inside of me it's waiting for me. Like, hell yes, bring it on. So we have level 1, we have level 2, but we also have a level 3. And level 3 is the magic. It is the secret sauce, and it's the piece that most people do not know about. And this is the pressure. Each of your clients will have an individual pressure around their problem and around their desire. This is the thing that if you can help them, not just with the problem, not just with their desire, but also with their individual pressure, you become limitless in your coaching. You will stand out against any crowd of coaches. You will be able to charge whatever you desire. Now, as I said, it might take you a little bit of time to really find your place, that place of magic of the pressure, but I'm going to give you some examples now so that you can start feeling into it. So, example number 1. We have a weight loss coach. Okay, she's a weight loss coach. She's been on her own journey around weight loss. It was something that she struggled with for a long time in the early days. She figured it out. She's been able to stay a healthy weight, make it part of her lifestyle. She's super passionate about health and wellness and well-being. She wants to help other women claim that for themselves too. And along comes a client. And this client is, as expected, wanting to lose weight. Perhaps during lockdown and not being able to get out and do things, she found herself putting on weight because she was kind of eating, because she was around the house looking after the kids. She wasn't exercising in the way that she normally would be. She perhaps wasn't looking after herself in the way that she normally would be. And so kind of weight creeped up and creeped up and creeped up. And then suddenly, boom, she was back out there in the world and none of her clothes fitted properly. And it's really kind of impacting her confidence. She feels icky in the morning when she wakes up. She goes to pull on her clothes and like everything just feels uncomfortable and like it doesn't fit properly. And so she's kind of beating herself up and thinking, God, why can't I just lose this weight and everything else? So on the surface level, we understand her problem. The problem is she's put on weight and the desire is that she wants to lose weight again. She wants to feel comfortable in her own skin. She wants to feel comfortable in the clothes that she wears, etc. Now, that might seem very simple. Problem, she's put on weight. Desire, to lose weight. However, that is not taking into account this particular potential client's pressure. Because this woman struggled with eating disorders. As a teenager, she was anorexic, and it took her years and years and years of therapy and support to get over her anorexia, to be able to start living healthily, to stop having kind of those issues every time she looked in the mirror, to let go of that level of control that she'd had over the way that she ate food. So it took her a long, long time to let go of this. And yes, she's put on weight, but her biggest fear, bigger than even putting on weight now, is that if she goes on a diet, if she starts measuring her calories again, it's going to trigger her anorexia. And she's going to go all the way back to the hell that she felt as a teenager. Can you understand this? Can you understand how this pressure would be totally different to so many other people? But it's really important. So this woman doesn't just want any weight loss coach. This woman needs a weight loss coach who can understand her pressure, not just the fact that she's put on weight, not just the fact that she wants to lose weight, she wants to lose it in a healthy way, but the fact that she has this trauma from her teenage years where she struggled with anorexia for so long and she's scared to death that any diet that she goes on is going to trigger this and put her straight back into that living hell. Now, this weight loss coach, guess what? She understands she understands eating disorders. She might not have gone through it herself. Maybe her best friend was anorexic or bulimic years ago. It's something that she's read about, that she's been interested in. She understands it because she saw someone close to her go through it every single day. In her own coaching business, she's already worked with clients who had anorexia or bulimia or other issues early on in her life, and she's been able to coach them around it so they feel really safe as they're on a journey to health. She's created her own unique way of coaching so that it's not about counting calories, so that it's instead about like creating healthy habits every single day. It's about building wellness and building health as opposed to losing weight. So this person suddenly, ta-da, is the perfect match, not just for the problem, not just for the potential and the desire, but also for the pressure. Is this making sense? And can you see why, if this weight loss coach talks about this in her marketing, talks about the fact that there are so many women who struggle with losing weight, not because they can't limit themselves and this and this and this, but actually it goes back to deeper wounds in their teenage years where they had eating disorders, and it brings up fears and it brings up doubts. And it brings, like, suddenly those women who have been on that journey, and some of you might have been on this journey, so you might, I personally have, which is why I can talk about it quite passionately. I like, without a shadow of a doubt, they're going to know she is the coach for me. She is a coach for me. She understands me. She gets the pressure that I'm feeling around this. And so suddenly this coach, her marketing is way more effective. She has a flood of clients coming to her. People understand, why her? Why wouldn't they choose this coach, this coach, this coach, this coach? Because this coach is the coach that understands her. One of the things that I have within my own coaching all the time is clients will say to me, Claire, it's like you're in my mind. Like, you go live, you say something, and you literally speak the thing that I'm thinking or the thing that I've been going through. The reason that I do that is because I'm a match, not just for the problem, not just for the desire, but also for the pressure. So we want to help you find the pressure, the specific pressure that you can support your soul clients with, that literally lets you stand out amongst millions. Is this making sense? In the Q&A, give me a little like yes, or give me a little like hands up. The pressure makes so much sense, says Louise. How do I build belief that my clients, they will actually, hold on, how do I build that belief in my clients if I know that they are actually undisciplined and are not willing to do the work? If you believe a client is undisciplined and they're not willing to do the work, they're not your dream client. You want to work with people that you believe can do it. You need to see the potential within your clients. So it means it might not be the right clients that you've been working with. Okay, so let me give you another example. So that was example one. Example number two, we have a woman who has got a 2-year-old who is having massive temper tantrums. Every single time she goes out the house, this 2-year-old is having temper tantrums. He throws himself down, he shrieks, he screams, he like batters the floor, and she is exhausted. She doesn't know what to do. She hates like going shopping or going to the supermarket because everyone stares at her like she's a terrible parent, and she just doesn't know what to do in that moment. Now, are there parenting coaches who understand the problem? Yes, lots of parenting coaches will help parents deal with toddler tantrums. Does she understand the desire? Yes, she wants to have a child who goes out happy and is like, yay, we're all good, like no more temper tantrums. Basically, we've got a happy, balanced child. However, This particular woman's pressure is a little bit different because she grew up in a household that was ultra strict. Her father was so strict, any little tiny thing, and she'd be sent to her bedroom, she'd be locked away. There'd be huge kind of things that would happen if she ever misbehaved. And as a result of that, she's grown up and she doesn't speak to her parents anymore. She has no connection to her own parents, and she still has trauma inside of herself around her childhood. So she can't bring herself to shout at her children. She can't get angry. She doesn't want to like physically do, she's like, it's really important to me that I can help my child get over these tantrums without having to shout, without having to yell, without having to lock them in the room, without having to do any of these things. So again, her pressure is unique. She can't go to a parenting coach who does the whole sit them on the step and make them stay there. And if they get off, put them back, put them back, put them back, put them back, because that's going to kill her inside. The fact she's got to keep holding a child on a step until they get the fact that they're on the step and they're staying there until they calm down. That's not going to work for her. She needs a different way of being able to parent. So she needs a coach who can help find a gentler way of parenting so that her child can perhaps go through the tantrum that they need to go through, but she can feel okay and hold that space powerfully for herself and the child as they go through that, without feeling impacted by the people around her, and having go-to things that she can do that feel empowering. So again, you can see this is where one particular coach will understand this. Perhaps they specifically practice gentle parenting or something, and they've got their own way that they teach this. And instead of focusing on how you control the child, perhaps it's all about how you as mom feels okay about supporting your child as they go through these things publicly without doubting yourself or thinking that it impacts on your parenting. Again, does this make sense? You can see the pressure is unique, and someone who specifically talks about themselves in this way is going to find it so easy to market themselves, and whose clients are really going to they're going to be there. They're going to be dream clients. They're going to be soul clients. Third example, final example, I'm going to use my own example on this. So about 2 years ago, my business had been going through this huge kind of growth cycle. And I was like, whoa, on one hand, it was incredible. I was excited. It was amazing to see all of these new women coming into my world that I could get to support. But on the other hand, it was overwhelming. And I was a little bit like, how do I hold powerful space for all of these women? Now, for me, it was important that I continue to grow my business. So the desire was, I want to be able to keep on building my business. The problem was I was stretched too thinly trying to support every single person, not quite knowing how to do it. So I go find a business coach who can help me scale my business. And this particular business coach says, Claire, this is easy. We have got this. All we need to do is this. We need to put some things in funnels. We need to bring in some other coaches so that you're not doing any of the coaching yourself. You need to just pre-record all the training, so it's just there and it's just get played, and your VAs will set it all up and it will just go and go and go and go. And then you can be totally hands-off in your business. In fact, it's going to give you more than 3/4 of your time back. It's going to be a dream. You can do all the things that you desire to do. And I was like, hell no. I don't want to be hands-off in my business. I don't want to pre-record everything. I don't want to not know the women in my space that I support. So this particular coach was a total mismatch for my pressure, because my particular pressure around this was, I want to continue growing, but I also need to be able to continue to hold this space powerfully for the women who work with me. I want to know the women who come into my programs. I want to understand the journey that they're on. I want them to be able to reach out personally to me if they've got problems. I want them to feel fully supported. How do I do that and keep on growing? And so I had to really search for a coach who understood that. I had to really search for a coach who had already done that themselves in their business. They'd grown their business beyond what my business was, and they still had that level of connection there. Now, how much am I willing to pay a coach who can support me through that? Huge amounts. What is that worth to me personally when I find a coach who understands not just my problem, not just my desire, but also my pressure. And when clients come to you and you understand the pressure that they're specifically going through, it helps you become so much more powerful as a coach. So it helps not only the marketing that you do, not only the way you position yourself, not only the way you charge, not only how powerful you are in those sessions, it ensures that you attract dream clients that you really do want to work with and you really do want to support. And it really takes the lid off any coaching that you do. And it allows you to have next level impact. So this is the power of understanding the pressure as well as the problem and the desire. So this is called the magic match trifecta. And what I'd like you to do is grab a piece of paper. I'll just quickly draw one on here. And you're going to draw an upside down triangle. So you're going to draw an upside down triangle. Then at the top, you're going to write desired potential. On one side, you're going to write the problem. And on the other side, you're going to write the pressure. My D looks a bit like a B. I'm not quite sure why. So this is the magic match trifecta. Now, as I said, if you don't know this now, if you listen to me and you're like, I don't know what my magic match trifecta is, don't panic. I've got you. I'm going to be able to like hold you through this. And I guarantee every single one of you has a magic match trifecta. You might just not know what it is yet. But this is a magic match trifecta. Essentially, we have our upside down triangle. At the top, we have our desired potential. On one side, we have the problem. On the other side, we have the pressure. And it's when we can speak to these three things in our marketing, in our coaching, in the programs that we create, in all the things that we do in our coaching world, this is when we become truly limitless with the clients that we can attract and with the money that we can charge for our coaching, because it is next level. Literally, when you do this, you are in the 1% of the coaches who get this, and it is a game changer. So this is the magic match trifecta. Write it down, and I want you to like feel into this a little bit, but also obviously those of you who have signed up for the coaching program with me, we go into this in so much more detail. I'm going to make sure every single one of you has nailed this. But I also want all of you to be aware of this so it can start percolating inside of you. You can start feeling into it. How many of you feel like you've already got a bit of a handle on this? You know the problem, you know the desired potential, and perhaps you're starting to recognize the pressure of your dream clients. Again, just type it into the Q&A so I can have a little look at what comes up there. Leanne says, woohoo, love this. Nikki, yes, makes good sense. Awesome. Georgie, oh yes, makes so much sense now. Amazing. Totally understand the pressure. Makes perfect sense. Need to think about the pressures would be for my program. Yes, Helen. So here's the thing. Remember last week, what day was it? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. It might have been Friday we had this conversation. I talked between the difference of niching in your coaching versus niching in your programs. And we talked about the power of niching in individual programs. This is where there might be a different pressure for each of your programs. So you might have one pressure that you work with one-to-one, and you might have different pressures that you deal with within your coaching programs that you create. Obviously, creating coaching programs takes time. It's not like we do it all now. But again, food for thought as you're thinking about this coaching practice that you're building, as you're thinking about this dream business, it could be that you desire to have different coaching programs that speak to different problem, desires, and pressures. Okay, and again, it's going to help you stand out from the crowd. Deep connection, so much sense. How would you define the pressure of overwhelm, anxiety with business women or with self-esteem? So exactly that, Heidi. So for example, it could be a woman in business, she's left her 9-to-5. She really, truly desires to build her dream business. So the problem is she needs to get this business off the ground. The desire is she wants to have 10 paying clients a month so that she has security. She knows that income is coming in. She can pay the bills. She feels like she can breathe. But her particular pressure is that perhaps she's always struggled with self-worth. And because she always sees what's lacking in herself rather than what's great within herself, she has self-talk and she winds herself down. And so she keeps getting to this place where she's like, who's going to pay me though? And she keeps undercharging and she keeps putting herself off. So it could be that you specifically work with women who are struggling with that, who are struggling with anxiety. You might want to reword it. So for example, you might call it that you work with highly sensitive women who are wanting to build a business. Highly sensitive women are more likely to feel overwhelm, anxiety, all of these feelings, because they're extra sensitive to all these feelings, right? I am also a highly sensitive person, so I get this. So the journey a highly sensitive person needs to go on to build their confidence, to build their business, to put themselves out there, they're going to need that support. They're going to need that internal support. So having a coach that really helps them like keep tapping into their potential and their magic and all these things is going to be really important to help them actually get out there and be visible. So you could literally be the coach who works with women in highly sensitive women building beautiful businesses, for example. Hopefully that makes sense, Heidi. Is the pressure just from themselves or external? It could be either. It could be external pressure or it could be internal pressure. So for example, it could be a woman who wants to start her business while she's still doing a 9 to 5. So she has minimal amount of time she can spend. So you could create a coaching program all about how to fast track the beginning, how to fast track the beginning of your business while you're still juggling the 9 to 5, for example. So yeah, it can be either. Not sure how to define the pressure. Don't worry, it will come. Journal on it, play with it. Like it can sometimes take a little bit of time, right? Absolutely get it. But still a bit vague on the pressure. Don't panic. Again, as I say, like I'm not expecting all of you to have an answer to this, but I want you to get the concept of it. So what's important today is I want you to understand the concept of the magic match trifecta. You don't necessarily need to have all the answers to it now. You don't necessarily need to know what that pressure is now. It might take a bit of work. It might take a couple of days. It might take a couple of weeks for it to drop in and for you to really get clear on what the pressure is for you. And as I say, it could even be different pressure around different programs. Okay, so that was the first thing that I wanted to share with you today, and I hope that you find that really helpful. And as I say, total game changer. When you get this, it puts you in the top 1% of coaches out there. So really important and worth spending time on. Sorry, let me just wipe my nose a bit. Okay, second thing that I want to do with you today. This is, let me just find my right piece of paper, the Impactful Coach Blueprint. So again, grab your pen and paper, and this is what we're going to do. Now, this is for those of you who have done programs with me before or done masterclasses with me before. This is the Wheel of Life. Those of you who are already coaching will know the Wheel of Life. It's what probably the most famous coaching tool. So we are going to draw the Wheel of Life on our paper. And so basically it's a circle, and then we split the circle up. So first we split it into 4, and then we go down across the corners. So we get 8 segments. It's a bit messy, but you get the picture. So this is what's called the Wheel of Life. Loads of you will already know this, but this is a flipping amazing coaching tool because you can utilize this in so many different ways. People don't understand the depth in which you can use this one tool. You could build a whole coaching program for 3 months, for 6 months, for 12 months, just with this one coaching tool, by the way. So don't underestimate the power of simple tools. So this is the Impactful Coach Blueprint. You can write that at the top if you want. Impactful Coach Blueprint. What I want to do is I want to take you through this wheel one segment at a time to help you get clear on, well, what are the key things that you need to be thinking about when it comes to you building an impactful coaching business, an impactful coaching business where you get to receive richly for the work that you do. So just give me a little yes to let me know that you've written, you've drawn your thing, you're ready, let's go. Segment 1. So segment 1 is like in that 1 o'clock space on a clock. So this is segment 1. Okay, so against segment 1, Number one is self-leadership. Now, we talked about this in depth last Wednesday. So the first segment is self-leadership. Those of you who've used this tool before, you know what's coming. So we want to grade ourselves, score 1 to 10, on how fully we are currently leading ourselves. Now, as I said, we went into detail on this on Wednesday. We talked about how self-leadership is key, but most people aren't walking their talk, not fully. It takes real practice, real perseverance, actually, not being perfect, not putting ourselves on a pedestal, but really making sure that we are practicing what we preach, really making sure that we are walking our talk, gaining people and growing our audience from a place of not just saying, I am the leader, follow me, but instead being the woman who leads herself first, because when you do that, people will feel magnetized to their energy. People will choose to follow you because you will stand out against a crowd of people who have no self-leadership. So where are you currently on that level? One is, Claire, I've got so much growth to go through when it comes to self-leadership. 10 is I am like the self-leadership guru, baby. If you're a 9 or a 10, you should be coaching on this, by the way, because most people are not going to be super high in this area. So we want to feel into it. If I was feeling into my own level of self-leadership and being totally honest, I would probably say a 7. I can have my days where I'm a bit wobbly. But I feel like I've really nailed it. It's an area that I've grown in hugely in the past couple of years. Every moment possible, I practice walking my talk, but sometimes I get it wrong and sometimes I make mistakes. And, you know, like I said last week, when I'd got toothache and things going on, I got really annoyed and I kind of fell off the bandwagon for a couple of hours until I kind of talked myself back around. So I believe that the area of self-leadership, there is always growth. There is always evolution. There is always further to go. But am I walking my talk? Am I practicing what I teach? Or am I the health coach that's hugely overweight and got terrible habits and isn't doing a damn thing around her own health? I used the example last week of the health ministers around the world and what glowing pictures of health they all are. So self-leadership, where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? You could maybe pop it into the Q&A so I can have a little look at that too. 7, okay, awesome, cool. So self-leadership, we've already got into that in detail. Just score yourself 1 to 10, you know where you're at. And by the way, this is not about going, oh my God, I'm only a, it's about going, okay, cool, because first comes awareness, then comes growth, right? So when we have that awareness, we can begin growing and we can decide what areas we really want to put our focus on. So self-leadership is section 1. Section 2, so moving down to the next section, is area of impact. So how clear are you on your area of impact as an impactful coach? So this ties into the passion, life lessons, knowledge, skills that we did last week when we talked about your area of mastery. It's about the magic match trifecta. It's about how clear are you on the problem, the desire, and the pressure of your dream clients, not from having to niche yourself down, but from being able to be all of you within your coaching, but still clear on who it is you help and what you do and the different ways that you bring your own experience, your own gifts, your own expertise to the table with that. So where are you on clarity in that area? This is one of the things that people can really struggle with when it comes to building their coaching practice. What is my area of impact as a coach? So again, scale 1 to 10. By the way, you can still be building your coaching business as you're figuring this out. And as I said last week, you're going to find that your coaching business grows and evolves as you do. So when I began coaching 15-ish years ago, I began as a life coach. Then I trained in NLP and I called myself an NLP coach. That was a terrible name because no one knew what NLP was. Then I moved to coaching mums. I became a new mum coach because I'd been through that myself. I'd figured lots out and I was like, I can help new mums. Then I became a mindset coach for women in business. I didn't help build a business. I helped with the mindset of building a business. And then it was only once I built my own business to 6 figures and beyond, and people started asking me, well, what are you actually doing to build your business, that I slowly switched into business coaching. So you can see there's been an evolution to my own coaching journey. And the thing that I began coaching with isn't what I do now. It's okay for you to grow and change as you go. In fact, it's expected. So Number 2 is area of impact. Score yourself 1 to 10 on how clear you are on what your area of impact is. So at this point, I would say I'm never going to put a 10 down because I'm always like, there's always room for growth, right? So I would give myself a 9 because I'm really clear on that now. I've done the work, I've taken the steps, like I've really spent so much time on this that I've nailed it and I can help my clients do this. So area of impact is number 2. Are you still with me? Are you doing this as we go? Awesome. I can see the numbers coming in. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. So number 3, area 3 on your wheel is conscious communication method. Now, you might be thinking, hang on a minute, Claire, you haven't done this one with us. Is anyone thinking, or did I miss something? Conscious communication method. The conscious communication method is something that we use within our coaching that goes beyond listening and beyond speaking. So you're going to find, and those of you who are already coaching will know this, that when you're working with clients, sometimes what they say does not match the energy that they have. You know there's a mismatch happening. They might be like, oh yeah, absolutely, that's perfect. But the energy coming from them is like, hell no, this is not, no, I'm going to go away and I'm not going to do this at all. So the conscious communication method is how we listen beyond the words that our client speaks. This does bring in NLP and it does bring in energetic work, and it's how we listen more deeply. It's how we read not just the body cues from our clients, but also their energy. Now, some of you will do this naturally. Some of you will naturally know when someone's lying to you, or when something feels off, or when there's something else to kind of go a bit deeper into. Some of you will be able to do this very naturally and very automatically. Some of you won't. The good news is that this can be taught. So there is a way to learn how to go deeper, how to go beyond the words, how to tap into the conscious communication method, being conscious of all the communicating that's happening within those coaching spaces, not just the verbal communication. So you know about body language, you might know about like eye accessing cues, you probably know about like how the tone of the voice changes depending on what people are saying, but actually there's so much more. So conscious communication method is number 3. How fully can you tap into what your client is saying beyond the words that they're speaking? So again, I want you to score yourself 1 to 3 for area 3, conscious communication method. Does that make sense, by the way? Or does anyone need me to explain that a little bit more? I've always done this with people I know personally, but not been aware of it in coaching much. So Helen, it's kind of about starting to open that up so that you can bring it to the coaching space. Absolutely. Okay, so that was number 3. What have you scored yourself on number 3? Don't be shy, pop it in. It makes sense. Awesome. So moving to number 4. So we're on number 4 of our little, so we've got down to here, right? By the way, as you do this, you can fill these in if you want to. So you can see actually how, I'm not doing these in real numbers, but you can see what your wheel actually looks like. I'm going to get you to do this in a minute so you can actually see how bumpy or smooth your wheel is. So number 4 is coaching toolkit. How confident are you about the coaching toolkit that you have? So when a client rocks up to work with you, and they either are like, okay, like I've got nothing, just take me on the journey, and they're waiting, they want you to facilitate the journey. They're not showing up with questions or whatever. It's just like, okay, I'm ready. Where do we start? Do you have tools that you can pull out of your bag that you can utilize fully? Now, there are so many tools in the coaching world. And I believe that actually there's tools and there's tools. So there are tools, and most people will teach you how to access them in a really simplified way. So a bit like how we're using this today. This is a really simplified version of utilizing the circle of life, the wheel of life, circle of life, right? This is a simple way that we can utilize it to gain more clarity. This is an example of a coaching tool, and you can use this tool in many different ways, but we can also go beyond with this tool. So there are actually ways that we can energetically use this tool. We don't have to use it physically. There are ways that we can use this tool to go deeper with clients rather than just surface level. What we're doing right now is actually just quite surface level because we've got an hour and we're in a masterclass. But actually on a one-to-one basis, you can use this to go deeper. So if you heard me last week, I talked about not just having tools, but the tools being the key that unlocks the door for deeper change and transformation with your clients. So whatever it is, that whatever kind of coach you are, whatever kind of transformation you facilitate, how do we create deep, long-lasting transformation rather than the transformation that at the moment is like, oh wow, light bulb moment, that's amazing, but then the next day the person just goes back to life as normal. It doesn't sink in. It doesn't really go deeper to a subconscious level. So we really want to think about this. How do we not just have the tools, because we want to have the tools, we want to be able to bring them out so we never feel lost or unprepared as a coach, but we also want to know how to use the tools more deeply. So what does your coaching toolkit look like now on a scale of 1 to 10? Is it jam-packed with awesome tools that you've made your own? So they're not just generic coaching tools, you've actually given them your own unique slant, you've given them a tweak, you've given them a twist so they feel really purposeful to you and the coaching that you're doing. And are you able to utilize them as the key that unlocks a door for deeper transformation? So again, score yourself 1 to 10 on where you are with your coaching tools right now. And again, if you can, type it in, let me have a little look. Your natural talent, beautiful. I'm a psychic, so always get to the root cause, which is really handy. It sure is, Heidi, yes. So where are you with your coaching tools? That's number 4. I'm going to give you a moment. I'll have a sip of my coffee as you catch up with that. Okay. Number 5, segment 5. You ready? Segment 5 is dream client portfolio building. Again, you might be thinking, what? Dream client portfolio building. What is dream client portfolio building? Well, essentially, it's 3 things. Number 1, it's powerful contacts. What are the contacts that you have that can help you share your message as a coach, that can help get you out there? Now, this is often one where people are like, I don't have any contacts. Okay, how do we create the contacts? How do we build the relationships? Because I believe as an impactful coach, you need to have relationships in your life, people who are going to rave about you, people who are going to open up the door to opportunities for you, people that can help you grow in your coaching capacity. So we want to, if you don't already have powerful contacts, we want to build powerful contacts. We want to begin building those relationships that are going to help you to grow as a coach. So dream client portfolio building is number 1, powerful contacts. Number 2, it's powerful positioning. How do you talk about the coaching that you do so people get it? So people understand why they're going to choose you as a coach beyond anyone else, why they're going to pay attention to the posts that you share on social media, why they're going to follow you, why they're going to pay however much you charge for your sessions to you, because they're like, this is a woman for me, without a shadow of a doubt. So we want to be able to powerfully position ourselves in our messaging, in how we speak about our coaching, in the way that we present ourselves to the world. So that's the second part of dream client portfolio building. And the third part is tasty testimonials. How are you collecting testimonials to have that evidence on social media, off social media, to have interviews that people can listen to just have those little like cut and clip things that you can share so people feel safe coming to you. It's like, oh my God, yes, there's already people who recommend this coach. So now I have next level confidence in saying yes to working with them myself. So this is the dream client portfolio building. Where are you in terms of this on a score of 1 to 10? Because again, really important in how you attract clients in, powerful contacts, powerful positioning, and tasty testimonials. Where are you on a score of 1 to 10? Pop them in as well. For some reason, I think I'm seeing the answers to the past question come up as I'm reading through them. You've adapted your tools, that's amazing. Oh, so we've got some lower ones. We've definitely got some lower ones around the dream client portfolio building. Okay, Cool, no problem. So some of you have testimonials, but no clips. Do you have the powerful contacts? Have you got the powerful positioning? Have you got those other pieces in place? So, okay, so this might be a growth zone for a number of you, which is fine, right? Growth zones are great things. It shows us where we can put our energy. Right, so that was number 5. We're nearly there. 3 more left. Number 6. So we've done 5. Number 6 in the circle is aligned offer creation. What are your low to high-end packages? How is your coaching structured? What is the payment for the coaching? So like, just how are you structuring all of your offers? How are you building a 6-figure business in flow without it costing you all your time or your energy? How are you making sure that you can hold space for clients in the way that you truly desire? How are you receiving richly for the work that you do? Do you want to have high-end packages? Do you just want to do high-end one-to-one work? Or do you want to have those low-level packages that you can have higher numbers of people in? There's no right or wrong way about it, but are you clear on your aligned offer creation? Do you know what you want to put out there, what you want to sell, how you want to price it, and what you want to include in that? So again, how clear are you on your aligned offer creation? Give that a 1 to a 10. Again, type it in. Let me have a little look. Really need to build on relationships and how you position yourself. Lots of O's for me, but I'm excited about my growth. Gorgeous, Rebecca. And I've got you because you're in the program, so I'm going to be taking you on that journey myself. Okay. Number 7 is client care packages. Client care packages. So how do you onboard your clients? What are the policies that you have within your business? What are the systems? What are the structures? Do you have all of that in place to make your life easier? Because these are some of the things that we miss. We're passionate about our coaching. We want to just get on and do the coaching and grow our business and do all the sexy bits. But quite often we forget about our client care packages. How are we onboarding clients so that they feel taken care of? What are the policies that we have in place within our business so that we're protected? What about the insurance and things like that? Do you have insurance in your business? How do you go about choosing what insurance to have? What are the systems and the structures that you have in place to support you, to support your clients, and to support the growth of your business? So how fully do you have client care packages, policies, programs, onboarding, structures in place so that you can allow your business to grow and to grow from a place of being really safe and secure? So again, 1 to 10 on that. Where are you with that one? So Heidi, does that make sense now in terms of what it is? Oh my goodness, I'm so much further behind in my coaching business than I thought. Don't worry, Louise, because now you have the clarity, right? You have the clarity. First comes clarity, then comes growth. These are so many of the areas that people just don't think about. If you don't know about them, how can you have done anything about them? So, okay, now you've got that clarity on it. Brilliant. And then final one, which is number 8. This is a lovely one. It's dream life embodiment. Dream life embodiment. How are you living from that place now? Dream life embodiment, for me, the key part of this, the most important part of this, is not waiting until. How many times have you found yourself thinking in your business, I'll feel successful in my business when? So I used to have this story, like, when I'm a 6-figure coach, then I'll feel successful and confident. When I've achieved this, when I'm making consistent 10K months, then I'll feel like I can relax because I can pay the bills. It was like this, when I have this, when I've hit that place, when I've done that, then I'll be able to feel safe, secure, happy, fulfilled, free, blah, 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 right? And it's such, sorry, it's such a lie that we tell ourselves. We need to start living it now. So how do we live that dream life now as we're growing, as we're evolving? How do we build confidence in ourselves now? How do we show up confidently now? How do we own our value now? How do we feel free now? How are we practicing all the things that we preach now, not waiting until? So that for me is probably the key part of dream life embodiment, but also it's all the other things that you do within your coaching. So if you're a freedom coach, how are you living free? How are you creating internal freedom within yourself every single day? How are you experiencing external freedom in a way that lights you up? And how are you showing that to your clients? How are you giving them little snapshots of the fact that you get to live this dream life now? If you're a health coach, it doesn't mean your health needs to be perfect. It doesn't mean you need to be like a size 6. How are you living healthily? How do you, what's the breakfast that you create in the morning? And how are you showing like people that who want to follow it? And how are you like creating that life balance and taking care of yourself and doing all of the things again that you practice and you preach? So it's very similar to one, like self-leadership and dream life embodiment are very similar, but for me there feels like there's a little bit of difference, because dream life embodiment is literally you finding ways to live your dream life now. It's not saying, oh, I'm going to get fully booked, make all the money, and then I'll have life balance. It's not saying I'm going to book my dream holiday when. It's saying I get to have this now. So how am I living it right now? So again, score that 1 to 10. Let me have a little look at what you've got. Something you're really focused on at the moment and it's growing. Yay, beautiful. I remember something like be, do, have, be the person, do the things they would, then you have it. Exactly, Suzanne. Boom. Yes. Okay, so that is our Impactful Coach Blueprint. And I've shared that with you, not because I want you to start panicking about like, I've got some areas that are low, my wheel's really clunky. If this was an actual wheel on a car, it would go clunk, 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 clunk. Because the truth is most people's will be like this. This is a constant growth of a constant journey of growth and evolution as we go and as we build our dream businesses. So hopefully you have clarity now on the areas that you get to grow in. Hopefully you have clarity on where you can put focus and really begin to move forwards. Now, I hope you've really enjoyed those two kind of segments that I've shared with you today. I want to shift now into talking about the Impactful Coach program, whereby, by the way, the whole Impactful Coach Blueprint that I've just shared with you, we're covering every single one of those elements and more within the program. So what I'd like to do now is I'm going to go from being able to see you. I was about to say, you're still here. You're still here. I'm still here, but I'm going to bring up the slides because I want to walk you through this and I want to show you really the journey that you're going to be on when you join me in the Impactful Coach program. As I've said before, this is a powerhouse of a program. This is my most powerful creation to date. It came through me, and all the elements of this, I believe, line up beautifully and really help you step into your power as an impactful coach, set you free, let you walk your talk, allow you to start really building that dream life now while you support others in creating theirs. And for me, this is the magic of coaching. The magic of coaching is the fact that together we rise. It's when I say yes to supporting the people that I desire to support. It's when I give myself permission to be a powerful coach, hold the conversations, hold the space, create the programs, really coach women deeply, that I'm getting to help them, support them in creating the life that they desire. And by doing that, I'm also allowing myself to build the life that I desire. And so I believe that coaching as an industry is unlike any other in the way that literally the more people you support, the bigger capacity you hold in your vision, your purpose, your drive around coaching, the more you get to step into this again and again and again and again. And so I believe that this really is, it's like the gift that keeps on giving. And it's such a beautiful place. And it really just does embody that energy of together we rise. So I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully you're all going to be able to see the slides that come up. Maybe someone tell me in the little chat that you can see them once I've shared it. Ta-da! Can you see that? I should still be in the corner, so you should still be able to see me up here. And hopefully you can see my slides in the main screen. So the Impactful Coach is for those who realize powerful coaching is much more than a framework and who are ready to build their dream life, helping others create theirs. Hold on, I'm going to just make this bigger. Let me go full screen with it. Ta-da! There we go. That's better. Then you won't see all my messy all my messy like tabs and everything in the background. Okay, so together we will unlock your true embodiment of your work, uncover your greatest gifts, connect you with your purpose, and bring all of this into the coaching that you do. Oh, my little things at the bottom, so I can't actually see what I've written there, but never mind, there we go. This is about unleashing the money-making, impact-creating coach in you. So, what is it? It is a 4-month transformational coaching experience created following a dynamic journey based around 5 core modules. As I said, we're going to cover everything that I just talked about in the blueprint and so much more. So let me walk you through these modules so that you understand a little bit more some of the magic that we're going to be creating together. Oh, actually, before I do that, sorry, forgot about this little slide. Let me actually talk you through all of the elements of support you get. This is one of the reasons why I believe this program is so powerful. There is a huge amount of hands-on support if you choose to tap into it. So firstly, at the beginning of the week, we have our weekly live training. This is the module where I teach you live. So I'll be on Facebook Live in your specific little Facebook group, and I'll be delivering the next level of live training. I'll be taking you step by step through a journey, covering everything that I've talked about in the blueprint and so much more. I'll be sharing with you, how you find your zone of genius and really position yourself powerfully utilizing that, how you build your own coaching blueprint. I'll be teaching you all of the tools that you can put in your tool bag. We'll be doing the energetic work as well as the practical work. I'll be teaching you how to create one-to-one programs. We'll be talking about masterminds and group programs and group coaching and triad coaching and all of these things. We're going to pull together like the perfect combination for you building your own dream practice. And I'll be covering every single thing that you need within those weekly live trainings. On top of that, you get lifetime access to all of those trainings. So I deliver them live in the Facebook group. They then go into the training area and you get lifetime access to them. So you can watch them again and again and again, as many times as you desire. That's the first thing. Second thing is you get a weekly workbook. So whatever the concept is that I've taught you that week, there's a workbook that helps you integrate it. I want to make sure that you have notes that you follow so you can look back on any of the modules, any of the training, and really tap back into the energy and revisit it if you desire to. I want you to be able to really implement the work that we do together. So those weekly workbooks are going to really help you do that. If you're the kind of person who likes to have something physical in your hands, you're going to be able to do that. The third thing is embodiment activations. We want to recalibrate you. We need to reset your system to really lift you in your impactful coaching. We talked about how your clients will calibrate to your energy. So how do we help you transform your energy so that you're vibrating at that level, so that one, you attract them, but two, you can hold that energy for them without it being exhausting for you. So I'm going to be sharing with you embodiment activations that really help you shift your energy and internally create that reset. So this is working subconsciously with people and energetically with you. So we've got both all of the practical part, but we've also got the energy part to really support you in holding that space powerfully. We have coaching and Q&A sessions every week. I want to make sure that you have the space to ask all the questions that you desire and to be coached. So if you're stuck around anything, I'll be coaching you. I'll be helping you move forwards personally within our coaching sessions and our Q&A sessions. So this is about how you implement the work that we cover in the live training. There's going to be peer coaching. Now, this is such an important part of the program. Peer coaching means that you are coaching someone every week and you are being coached every week. So just imagine, number one, how confident you're going to feel when you get to use these tools on someone else all the time. You're going to get to develop your own unique coaching practice in a really safe space, doing all the coaching, experiencing using all the tools, building your confidence as you go. But it's going to go even further than that, because you're also going to be coached. So you're going to feel the impact of that coaching. You're going to be able to experience having those tools used for you. You're going to be able to go into them more deeply, having actually been through that experience, and any blocks, any problems, any deeper levels you need to tap into, anything that you need to heal, anything that you need to move through, you're going to be able to do in those coaching sessions. Imagine being coached for 4 months, one-to-one, and the impact of that alone in the way you're showing up to live your life and build your business. So that's the peer coaching. And then at the end, we also have a coaching assessment. So for this program, you do get a certification. I want to be able to assess that you've done the work, you've been through the journey, you've done the coaching, you've experienced the tools, you've been through the training. And so once you kind of tick off all of those criteria, and I've really supported you and I'll watch your coaching and everything else, you will be able to get that certification. So that's the coaching assessment that we do at the end. So what do the modules actually look like? I'm just going to have a little sip of my coffee. I feel like I should have brought water up this morning. I'm like, oh. Okay, module 1, the energetic and practical techniques and tools to facilitate transformational growth. What does that actually mean? It means discover the energetic coaching tools that allow you to coach with more confidence and ease. This is so much deeper than a framework. Those of you who like your coaching frameworks, those of you who are brand new to coaching, don't worry, I've got you. I'm going to be giving you the frameworks because I think frameworks are important as a beginning step. But then we want to be able to go so much deeper than that. So I'm going to teach you how to work energetically with these frameworks. I'm going to teach you how to truly make them your own so that, again, they don't confine you, but instead they set you free. You're going to learn the conscious communication method for powerful client breakthroughs. So I just mentioned that around the wheel. I'm going to teach you how to go beneath the words that your client's saying so that you can read them as a whole and dive deeper to create those faster breakthroughs. You're going to discover the secret to using key archetypes and symbolism to help your clients grow and heal with more ease. Now, those of you who have followed Jung or been in kind of the psychology side of things, you'll know that archetypes and symbolism are key to our subconscious minds. So if we want to create real change, we need to be working with the unconscious and the subconscious. The way that we do that, the way that we access them easily is using archetypes and symbolism. Our world is filled with archetypes. We tap into it naturally every single day, and our subconscious mind thinks in terms of symbols. So when you understand archetypes and symbols, you're going to be able to create really powerful, quick change, no matter what type of coaching you're doing, really easily with your clients. Again, this is one of the areas that most coaching programs don't even touch on, and it's such a powerful skill to have and set of tools to be able to bring to the table. And finally, we're going to master the magic of coaching flow formula to feel confident and clear in your coaching. So often new coaches feel stressed and utilize their energy when it comes to holding that space and coaching clients. We don't want to do that. We want to activate coaching flow within you so that when you coach, you're an open conduct for that energy. You're not giving and giving and giving. This is the difference between you running a couple of coaching sessions and feeling drained at the end of it versus running a couple of coaching sessions and feeling empowered at the end of it. We want you to feel like your cup is full from the coaching that you do. And there is a way to do that, tapping in energetically to the magic of coaching flow. So I'm going to teach you the formula for that so that each and every one of you can coach with more ease. So by the end of module 1, you're going to be able to confidently utilize the physical and energetic tools to support client breakthroughs and feel confident in the foundations of impactful coaching. Now, I understand that some of you might have questions as we go through this. I can't see any questions when I've got these slides up. So what I'm going to do is, if you've got questions as I'm going through it, type it into that Q&A. I'm going to come back to them once I've gone through the slides. Module 2, positioning yourself powerfully as a coach. So this is really about, once you've got the coaching skills, when you can work energetically with clients, when you have the coaching tools and you really know how to use them to unlock greater depths, how do you position yourself powerfully so that clients are attracted to you? So let's dive into this in more detail. We're going to identify your zone of genius, being clear on your strengths, gifts, areas of your life you already thrive in. This is where you can create epic client breakthroughs. Obviously, we've began this, but there's so much more that we can dive into around this. You're going to discover the secret of the power trifecta. Again, we've begun this, but we need to actually nail this for you to understand your unique positioning as a coach and perfect client match. We're going to get you crystal clear on who in the world needs your coaching and what you do to help them. This is all about how you share on social media, how you show up to meetings, how you really talk about your coaching in a way that has people saying, oh my gosh, yes, where do I sign up? How do I do this? And you become a match for your dream coaching clients by activating energetic alignment. So how do you walk your talk in a way so that people literally see you as the embodiment of what they desire? So this is module 2. By the end of this module, you'll have full clarity on who you are serving and your own unique coaching style, which is incredibly important. You'll understand what you bring to the coaching conversations that make you the perfect match for your clients, so you can embrace your value as a powerful coach. This is one of the areas where when women don't fully get this, they undercharge. So when we are crystal clear on this and you know how to position yourself powerfully and you know what your unique coaching style is and you've really activated this fully, it's going to be so much easier to attract those dream clients and to build your dream business. So module number 3, embodiment, being and believing, unraveling and rebuilding identity that unlocks our fullest potential. Now, this module is a really powerful one because this is one of those modules that you need to go through yourself too. In becoming the impactful coach, there is going to be an identity up level that you go through. There is going to be an identity shift into seeing yourself as that powerful coach, into really seeing yourself as that woman who. So as we go through this module, you get to really experience this transformation for yourself, and then you're going to see how powerful this work is with clients. So you go through this module experientially. You're going to feel that shift, experience the results for yourself, and then you're going to also have the tools and know how to facilitate this for your clients. So discover how to excavate and recode limiting beliefs for powerful identity up levels. Learn how to attune yourself and your clients to higher vibrational states that rapidly attract more of what you desire. Create effortless connection with others and grow a powerful, inspiring, supportive network. Gain clarity and connection to your true purpose so you can guide your clients to do the same. So by the end of this module, you'll be able to facilitate deep, powerful coaching with your clients that goes beyond conventional coaching frameworks. You'll be able to read your client's energy and create rapid breakthroughs. Module number 4, becoming the impactful coach, the practice, structure, and client attraction to build your business empire. And your business empire can be as big or as small as you choose it to be. So don't be afraid by the word empire. So embrace your value as a coach, allowing you to manifest and receive clients and income with ease through your coaching business. Build a business structure that creates abundance and supports your dream lifestyle. Create an aligned strategy for establishing your online presence, making it easy for you to find clients. Discover the secret to purposeful pricing so clients say yes to working with you. Learn how to position yourself powerfully as a coach and attract high-end coaching clients you love to work with. So this module is really about the way that you want to coach, creating your coaching packages and programs. This is a module where we go into all of those things around policies and systems and everything else, by the way, even though it's not here, I couldn't fit it all on the page. This is the module where you really lean into your pricing and you find your unique pricing zone. This is where we make sure that you can share about your coaching in a way that attracts the matching clients who are ready to invest at that level. This is where we think about the marketing and we bring into play a little bit about what I talked about earlier. Do we want to be doing scarcity-based marketing, or do we want to be doing abundance-based marketing? And when we add on that magic match trifecta around the pressure, how does that literally take the roof off what you can charge as a coach and how you can position yourself powerfully? So this module includes all of that and so much more. In this module, we also look at the difference between masterminds and programs, whether you want to take your clients on a structured coaching journey or whether it's more of an in-flow coaching journey. We dive into all of that so that you're crystal clear on this business that you're building and the way that you support your clients. So by the end of this module, you'll know how to attract and create dream clients who are a match for your coaching style. You'll be confident in how to onboard them, sell your services in alignment, and build a thriving coaching business. And module number 5, aligned living and embodying the coach mentality. This is unlocking your feminine leadership to become magnetic to align clients. So how are we really stepping you up into your feminine leadership, not building a business from like hustle and push and from that masculine energy, but actually bringing in some of that feminine energy, some of that flow, some of that natural leadership in a really beautiful, powerful way. You're going to begin living your ideal life and inspiring others to do the same. You're going to build a belief that successful businesses are built upon and become a money-making coach. And you're going to learn how to scale your business beyond 6 figures while still maintaining life balance if you desire to do so. So by the end of this module, you'll have all the tools, mindset, and clarity to be the impactful coach. You'll have a clear plan on how to hit your business growth goals as a coach and begin building your dream life in total alignment and flow. And then, of course, as I mentioned, when you've completed this, when you've done the work, you've done the coaching, you've gone through that growth, you're going to feel absolutely amazing. You're going to feel confident. You're going to feel on top of the world. You're going to receive your certificate of completion. You're going to get this in an in-person day. So there'll be a little like ta-da moment. We'll celebrate it. And then, of course, you've got this so that you can share this online and everyone to kind of show like, hey, I am an impactful coach. So for those of you who like to have that paper in your hand that says signed, sealed and delivered, ta-da, this is it, baby, you will of course receive that. There are bonuses. So if you've been to the sales page, you will have noticed there are also bonuses that you receive, and these bonuses are going to help you. So the first bonus is called Visible. This is a £1,000 program. It's a 4-week intensive business breakthrough. You get lifetime access to this. So this is all about positioning yourself powerfully online. The second bonus you get is the Clarity and Confidence Cure. How do we build your clarity? I mean, you're going to be so clear and so confident anyway as you go through this program, but this might give you ideas as to how you want to develop your own kind of programs and everything else that you share with your clients. So it's going to really help you with that. You also get the Money, Abundance and Wealth Breakthrough. It's really important as coaches that we have a healthy relationship with money, that we step out of that lack mentality, that we let go of the scarcity, that we don't get caught up in the fear of the world around us. If we get caught up in that fear, how on earth do we hold that space for clients? So how do you really build deep confidence within your ability to build your wealth? How do you have a really healthy relationship with money as you go about building your business? Because you need to be unwavering. You need to make sure that whatever happens in the world at large, and we know there's been so much chaos in the past few years, that you can stay strong, that you have an unwavering mindset around this. So this is a really important bonus because this is really going to build your foundations to having a healthy relationship with money. And you need that healthy relationship with money as your business grows, because otherwise money will feel like it disappears. So how do you make money? How do you receive money? How do you enjoy money? How do you put the money into the things that you truly desire? How do you continue to make investments with your money? All of that is within this breakthrough. And then finally, the Dream Client Love Letter Vault, I've added that in. So for those of you who want to build that email list, who want to message your clients that way, you don't have to, by the way, there's plug and play emails there to support you too. So there's some of the bonuses that you get with the program. So I feel like I've just been on like, I'm going to turn these off in a moment so I can come back to you and I can talk directly to you and I can see your questions that you have. The question that I have for you is this. Deep down, do you have the calling for more? Deep down, do you know that you were born to be an impactful coach? Because I believe this is something that is within us from birth. I believe that this is a calling from our soul. I believe that this is something that we feel so deeply. It's probably something that we've utilized in so many ways in our life, but we know that there is more. We know that there's a next level that we can step into for this. So if you have that calling, if you know that you were born to do this, I have 2 questions for you. Number 1 is, what will change if you don't do this? If you decide not to join this program, if you decide to put it off till later, if you think, oh, but you know, money's scarce or all of these things, what is going to change for you? Compared to what could change if you do this? One of my lessons in building my own business has been to listen to soul. When something inside of me says yes, I know that I need to say yes, because I know that the magic unfolds from there. I believe that as we build our dream businesses, it's about stepping into that trust we have within ourselves, trusting that voice that speaks to us, trusting that deep knowing, trusting that pull that we have that says, oh my gosh, yes, I was born for this, and bring it on, because now I am ready. We get to build our businesses not from a place of scarcity, but from a place of abundance, from a place of truly choosing that this is the pathway that we desire. So do you need to do this program to become a coach? Of course not. You can go your own journey, you can make your mistakes, you could sign up for another program. But if this is speaking to your soul, if you know that you want to become an impactful coach, if you want to go deeper than the frameworks, if you want to go deeper than the tools, if you want to bring all of yourself to your coaching business, if you want to build a business that is limitless, whereby you build your dream life while supporting others to create theirs, then I believe that this is a program for you. So what do you want to create into 2022 and beyond? The Impactful Coach program is open. So let me stop sharing my screen. I'm going to stop share. I'm going to come back to you. Ta-da! And I'm going to answer the questions that you've got. Now, before I do that, I just want to remind you, right now we have early bird pricing and bonuses available. They disappear tonight, so they'll be gone. The pricing will go up tomorrow. So if you're on the fence, if you've got questions, now is the time to book in a call with me, to message me, or to get off the fence, because it's the most uncomfortable place to be. For those of you who have asked if there is potentially an extended payment plan, yes, I am putting together an extended payment plan. So if that's what you need to make this possible for you, then I suggest you message me and I'll be able to share the details of that with you personally. I'm going to bring up the questions now. So if you've got questions about the program, now is the time that I can dive into those. If you've got questions from any of the trainings, I'll dive into those tomorrow. So questions about, oh, Claire, on Thursday you talked about this. Can you clarify this? I'll answer those kinds of questions tomorrow on our call at 10:30. Harin, what if you are completely new to coaching? There are a number of women who have signed up who are completely new to coaching. So this is where I'm going to teach you the basics, because the basics are important. Like, the basics are part of the foundation. I'm going to teach you all of the basics. We're going to put that foundation in place, but then I'm going to show you how to go deeper with it. So I'm going to give you the frameworks. I'm going to give you the coaching questions. I'm going to give you the guidance into how you structure it, and how you find the kind of coaching you want to do, and all of those things. Literally, you're going to get everything. I have got you fully in this space, but then we're going to go beyond it. The reason that I created this program, and that I had been wanting to create this program for years, is because I worked in a coach training school. So I trained new coaches, and I saw the gaps that were missing, and I saw the surface level training that was taking place, and it annoyed the heck out of me. Like, I saw that, yes, there were these frameworks, but they were given in a way that, here's the framework, follow this. Here are the questions, ask these. You need to do it this way, in this order. You need to confine yourself. You need to follow this pathway. And what I realized is that there were people with so much power, with so much presence, with so many life lessons that were coming to be coaches, but they were being limited to the kind of coaching impact that they could create. And I knew at the time, as I watched that, as I taught that program, but I had to stick to the syllabus of that program, right? I knew that coaching was about so much more, that there was a different paradigm of coaching that allowed you to go deeper and bring more of you to the table. So yes, we cover all of that because I believe that you need that. And then we go so much deeper, we go beyond it. And so I think that's what makes this program so powerful. How long is the training? Each module? So each training is about an hour long. So at the beginning of the week, you'll get an hour-long training. You can join me live for that, or you can catch up. At the end of the week, you get all the support wrapped together, right? So at the end of the week, there'll be your co-coaching sessions, there'll be group coaching with me, and group Q&A sessions. Now, some of those will be in the daytime, some will be in the evening. So if you work a 9 to 5, you're going to be able to still join the evening calls. If you've got children who need looking after in the evening, you're going to be able to join the daytime calls. So there's going to be both. So I've really made sure that you're able to utilize the support in this program. I've built it in a way that you can tap into it and you can squeeze every single drop out of it. So there's the live training to watch, and then the rest is you get a timetable for each month. And basically, there's daytime calls and evening calls. You join whichever suit you best so that you can tap into that support. On top of that, you get access to me. So if you've got questions, if you want to double check on anything, if you're struggling or anything like that, you can message me personally. I'm going to get you back on track like that, because I coach powerfully and I coach quickly, and I'm going to be able to like step you back into place, give you clarity so that you can continue to move forwards. On top of that, it's a 4-month program, but we're going to run it over 5 months. So we spread it out a little bit. That allows us to put in implementation weeks. So at times when there's school holidays, perhaps, or if I feel like there's just a lot going on, if there's been busyness happening in the world, I might put in an implementation week so everyone gets a bit of time to just breathe and be like, okay, let's breathe. But also, one of the key things about this program, and I think this is where it's actually a bit different to the other programs that I run, is that this is about you getting in flow with this business that you're building. This is not about hustle. This is not about systems. This is not about building email lists. This is not about any of that. This is about embodiment. Embodiment is key to building a powerful coaching business. So how do you show up powerfully as a coach in flow, with balance in your life, taking care of yourself, actually enjoying each and every day as you go on this journey? This is not about quick, do the learning, build the business, get the results, and then I'll be happy and have the money and be able to relax and have the balance. No, this is about literally living it every single day now. This is a journey of total evolution that you're going to be going on. You're going to be evolving yourself as you learn this, as you embody this, and then as you're able to create those transformations with clients. And this program works for whatever area you want to go into as a coach. So if you want to be a confidence coach, if you want to be a CEO coach, if you want to be a health coach, if you want to be a parenting coach, if you want to be a business coach, you're going to be able to utilize all the tools that I give you and create your own beautiful bespoke way of working with your clients. Suzanne, you're in Australia from this Friday the 16th to October the 16th. I plan to watch the weekly lives. However, I'm not going to be able to attend peer coaching. That's okay. We'll be able to put you in some extra sessions. You'll be able to get in touch with me so I can catch you up on anything. Don't worry, I've got you, Suzanne. So just message me as soon as you're back and we'll make sure that you're on board and you're sorted. Do not worry, I have got you. How long is the training for and how much time is required? So I would say you need 2 hours a week is minimum. If you could put in 3 to 4 hours a week, that's going to be great, because that's going to give you time to watch the training and to implement it. And if you've got more than that, you're going to be able to go faster. So minimum 2 hours, ideally 4 hours. And if you've got anything more than that, then you're going to be able to go even faster and even further with it. Louise, you sent me a message on Messenger. Okay, Louise, I will check that out after the session. I don't think there's any other. What certification will I receive? Is it recognized by anybody? So here's the thing about the coaching world. There is no coaching certification that is recognized. There is no one like this is a certification that you need. There are a couple of places that have set themselves up who would like to think of people being the body. So the ICF, for example. However, the ICF have a specific set of rules and say you can't bring yourself to the table. You can't mix coaching and mentoring and teaching. You can't do all of these things. So I believe it's really limited coaching. I purposefully have chosen not to be connected to that body. What you do get in the certification is to say that you've done X number of hours, you've been on this journey, so that you can show this to clients. But here's the thing, the coaching industry does not have a recognized body. It does not have a set certification. Now, I actually think that that's a good thing, not a bad thing, because I believe that that's what makes it so diverse. That's what's allowed this space for so many different coaches and people who are coaching in different ways. I think it's part of the magic of the industry. So I actually think it's a good thing, not a bad thing. But I also recognize that you probably want a certificate, especially when you go to get insurance and things. You're going to be able to show that certificate, and that will help you get insurance and make that really easy. The other thing that I want to share with you is in my 15 years of coaching, no one has ever asked me, like, who did you train with, or is there a certification that you've got, or anything else. Like, no one will ask you that. When you're embodying this, people are attracted to you and your energy, and often people don't give a damn around what the training is that you've done. What they care about is this person going to help me create the results I desire, and do I trust this person? So that comes from embodiment, that comes from having the tools, that comes from building the confidence, that comes from walking your talk as an impactful coach. So that's my answer. So you get the certification, the Impactful Coach certification, and that's all that you need to be able to utilize it for insurance or anything else. You can obviously use that on your social media, you can use it on your website, you can share that you are accredited as an impactful coach, but there is no recognized body in the coaching world. Stephanie, thank you for popping that in. I don't know if people can see that link or not. How often is the peer coaching? The peer coaching is every week if you choose to do it. If you don't want, if every week feels too much for you, you could do every other week. That's fine. We'll be able to sort out other times if you're struggling time-wise as well, but there is the opportunity to be coaching and be coached every single week. Okay, so do you make a distinction between coaching not being counselling? Yes. Coaching and counselling are two very different things. We talk about that in the program. We don't want to be counsellors. We definitely don't want to be counsellors. Counsellors are past focused, not future focused. They've got a set of rules they need to adhere to, and actually counsellors often don't get paid particularly well for the work that they do. So there is a huge distinction between coaching and counselling. We do talk about that difference in the coaching program. And yeah, we don't want to be creating counsellors for sure. That's not what I'm passionate about. Does the training include building a program? Yes, we talk about how you're creating your programs, the different offers that you want to have in place, how you go about doing that. All of that is included, buddies. If you don't need qualifications, what insurance is required? You need insurance. What's it called? The name's gone off the top of my head, but we cover all of this in the program, right? Insurance for coaching is normally about £120 a year-ish. You might be able to find it a little bit cheaper, but we cover these things in the program. We talk about this and make sure you're all set up and you know what you're doing with it. So don't panic, I've got you there. One of the questions that are asked when you get insurance is, have you done any training? So they don't ask about the qualifications you have, but they ask if you've done coach training. So if you can say you've done coach training, that brings down the price of your insurance. Rebecca, there's lots of talk about being trauma informed, and I'd like to ensure I'm conscious and capable in this area. It's affected me personally. I find it transformational. How do you cover this? So we cover this in some of the shadow work that we do. We look at what you can hold space for and what you can't hold space for. So we also need clear boundaries in our coaching, right? We need to know how we do hold more difficult conversations with clients, and we need to know what we do if conversations come up that we don't feel equipped to be able to support our clients with. So again, of course, we go into all of that because that's part of you feeling secure in your coaching, knowing that no matter what comes up, you're able to hold that space, or you know exactly what to do instead. So yeah, we cover all of those things in a really powerful way. Any other questions? I think that's it. Okay, I think that's all the questions from now. So if you have more questions, if you want to hop on a quick call with me, message me or book in one of those calls from the sales page. The pricing goes up tonight. If you do want an extended payment plan, give me a shout because we've been working on that in the background. I will see you tomorrow, 10:30 for the prize draw and for the Q&A. It's just going to be a 30-minute session. If you haven't watched all the training from last week yet, you've still got time to catch up. So all of that is going to be disappearing on Friday. So you've still got a few days to catch up on any missed sessions or anything that you might want to watch again. For those of you who've already joined the program, I'm super excited. I can't wait. You're going to be gaining access to everything this week. So if you're already signed up to the Impactful Coach, you're going to be getting access to the group. You're going to be getting access to your bonus trainings. You're going to be getting access to your timetable. We're going to get you rocking and rolling this week. And if you're on the fence, well, get off the fence. This program is transformational. This program is going to allow you to change your life as you support others in transforming theirs. It is a game changer. The energy in it is absolutely gorgeous. The results are next level. I don't know if you saw Claire Walters' interview that was in the group yesterday. If you haven't, go and take a look at that. She shares her own really powerful journey. I think that's it for now. Jenny, you might be all right. You'd have to check in with that one. That's it from me for now. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I'm sending love and I will see you soon. Mwah! Lots of love. Go be powerful coaches, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.